Hello everyone, Mauro here. In this lesson, we're going to look at different ways that you can upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11 using the official ISO file, Windows Update, and even the installation assistant. I won't be including the clean installation process because this method is not technically an upgrade, but you can check the video description to find the link to the tutorial with the steps to perform a clean installation of Windows 11. As you probably already know, Microsoft will end support of Windows 10 after 10 years on October 14, 2025. After this day, the company will no longer offer security updates or any kind of support. So the next logical step is to upgrade to Windows 11. But while you can do this for free, you have to make sure that your computer meets the minimum requirements. The methods that I'm going to show you in this video will not delete the files on your computer. However, before proceeding, it is important that you create a full backup of your system, as the process can always go wrong and you might need a way to recover. So check the video description to find the link to the backup tutorial. Okay, let's move on to the steps to upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11. But before, please subscribe to the channel and click the like button to help YouTube show this video to more people. It doesn't cost anything and you will be helping the channel and supporting my work. You can also visit my website for more tutorials and related tech news. First, you have to determine if your computer can run Windows 11. But don't worry, this is an easy task. First, open the Start menu and look for the PC Health Check and then open the app. In here, click the Check Now button. And as you can see, this computer meets the minimum requirements to upgrade to the newer version of the operating system. Now, you can click this button to see how your computer is compatible, and if your computer has any issues, this application will tell you what you need to fix in order to make your computer compatible with the newer version of the operating system. Now, if for some reason your computer doesn't have the PC Health Check app, you can use this link and this will trigger the download for the application directly from the Microsoft servers. So you just need to save this and then you can run it from the folder where you downloaded it. Now, if your computer doesn't meet the hardware requirements, no worries. You still have choices. You can bypass the requirements to install Windows 11 on unsupported hardware, or you can switch to another operating system, such as Linux Mint and Chrome OS Flex. Check the video description, they have different links to the tutorials on how to switch to another platform and to bypass the requirements to install Windows 11. Now, one of the requirements to upgrade to Windows 11 is to have the Trusted Platform Module or TPM version 2.0, which is actually a chip that provides better security for your computer. If the device doesn't have this feature, you won't be able to proceed with the in-place upgrade or clean installation. Now, if your computer happens to have this chip and it's actually disabled by default on your computer, this is what you can do. First, open Start and look for Settings. Then go to Update Security, Recovery, and then click the Restart Now button. Click on Troubleshoot, click on Advanced Options, and click on UEFI Firmware Settings, and click the Restart button. Now, this is the screen for the UEFI firmware on my computer, and yours might be different, but the concept is all the same. From here, you just need to browse the settings, and then when you find the TPM settings, just make sure to enable the feature. If the computer doesn't have a TPM 2.0 chip and you have an AMD processor, the module is likely to be built in inside of the processor. And in this case, it will be named FTPM or Firmware-Based TPM 2.0 or AMD FTPM switch. If the device is an Intel-based system, the security feature will be available as the Platform Trust Technology or PTT. Once you enable this feature, restart the computer into Windows 10. Now, I just opened the System Information app. One thing that I wanted to point out is that this computer is using the BIOS mode as UEFI. If you're running the legacy BIOS, you won't be able to upgrade to Windows 11. Now, if the computer supports switching from one firmware type to another, from BIOS to UEFI, you can still upgrade, but that's a different process. And one of the reasons is that if you're using the legacy BIOS, it is likely that your setup is configured as MBR, also known as the Master Boot Record. And to install Windows 11, you need to have the partition style set to GPT or GUI partition table. This is a completely different process, and if this is the case, you want to consider going with the upgrade using a clean installation of Windows. However, there are different set instructions to switch from MBR to GPT and switching from the legacy BIOS to UEFI. Now, it is not always the case, but sometimes all applications that were poorly designed or they are updated may cause issues during the upgrade process. So if you know that you have one or more applications that it might cause issues, it's best to uninstall them. And you can easily do that from the start menu and then going to the settings app, and then on apps and features, just select the apps that you suspect that may cause hiccups and just click the uninstall button and continue with the on-screen directions to complete the uninstall. Now, if you also have other security software installed on your computer, you might want to check with the software vendor to confirm if it is compatible with Windows 11. If it is not, or you're not sure, it's best to temporarily disable them or remove them. After installation, you can re-enable the app or you can reinstall the app. Also, before proceeding with the upgrade to Windows 11, it is best to make sure that you have the latest updates installed on your computer. And you can do this from the settings app and going to update and security, and just make sure to download any available updates. Right now I have a few updates, so I'm going to install them. This includes system updates and drivers and updates for other applications. Another thing that you want to do is to check Device Manager to make sure that all the drivers are properly installed on the computer. Now, if you have any of the components with a yellow or a red label, it is best to make sure to troubleshoot and fix those issues before doing the upgrade. Method 1. Upgrade to Windows 11 from Windows 10 using the Windows Update settings. So first, open Start and look for Settings. Then open Update and Security. Now, if your computer is compatible with the newer version of the operating system, you're likely going to see this notification. And from here, the only thing that you have to do is just to click the Download and Install button. Now, to continue, just click the Install button. And now the system is going to download the upgrade files to switch to Windows 11. This might take some time depending on your internet connection. After the system downloads the files, it's going to proceed with installation, as you can see right here, and then you will have to restart the computer to complete the upgrade process. Now, after your computer is ready to complete the upgrade process, you are going to get this notification where you can pick a different date to complete the upgrade. You can schedule it for later that day, and you can restart now to continue with the upgrade process. But if you have the Windows Update settings open, just click the Restart button. Now, the computer will continue with the upgrade process, and then it will reboot straight into Windows 11. And that's it. We just completed the upgrade to Windows 11 from Windows 10 using the Windows Update settings. So we can check the version that this method installed on the computer by opening the Settings app, and then we need to go to Settings, then on System, we go to the About page, and then in here we can check that the version that has been installed is version 23H2, not 24H2 at this time. So depending on when you're watching this video, you might get 24H2. And immediately after the upgrade, one thing that you want to do is just to go to Windows Update and click the Check for Updates button to make sure that you have the latest system updates installed on your computer. Another thing that you want to do is just to go to Advanced Options and then go to Optional Updates. And from here, you will be able to download different drivers if they're available for your computer and other updates. And then we also have this Other Updates section. And from here, you can install updates for other products. As you can see right here, we have an update for the .NET framework. So we can select all of them and then just click the Download and Install button. Now, at the time of this video, the latest version of Windows 11 is version 24H2. If you didn't get it using this method, don't worry. The system will eventually offer the update to install it on your computer. Before you restart, one thing that you want to make sure is just to go to Device Manager and then confirm that all the components are installed correctly on your computer. You're going to know that everything is working because you're not going to see any yellow marks or red marks or any exclamation marks. Method 2. Upgrade to Windows 11 from Windows 10 using the ISO file. So you can also download and mount the Windows 11 ISO file to launch the upgrade process from the Windows 10 desktop. And to do this, first you need to open the web browser and then you need to go to this website. And right here, select the Windows 11 ISO file and click the Download Now button. Select the installation language and click Confirm. And now just click the Download button and save it to your computer. I already downloaded the ISO file, so I'm going to cancel this And then I'm going to open File Explorer. So here you can do two things to mount it. You can double click on it, or you can right click and select the mount option. Now, if for some reason you don't see the mount option, one thing you can do is just to use the Open With option and select File Explorer from the list. And as you can see now, the ISO has been mounted into the system. Now to start the upgrade process, either double click the setup.exe file or just right click on it and select the Run as Administrator option. Now you can close all the running applications. Usually I like to clear this option and then just click on Next. I'm skipping the updates so I can perform this installation a little bit faster. Now click Accept. Now on this page, make sure that the Keep Personal Files and Apps is showing. Otherwise, you might want to click right here and select the option to keep your files and apps. Now to proceed with the upgrade process, just click the Install button. Now after the installation, the computer will boot straight into Windows 11. And that's it. You have successfully upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11 by mounting the ISO on your computer. Now we can go to the Settings tab and we can check the version that has been installed on the computer. So if we go to System and then we go to the About page, we can see that we have version 24H2. One thing that you want to do is just to go to Windows Update and then click on Check for Updates to make sure that the computer downloads and installs the latest system updates. You also want to go to Advanced Options and then on Optional Updates, make sure to download any available drivers for your computer and any other updates that might be available. Now, you also want to go to Device Manager and then confirm that all the components has been installed correctly on the computer. So if the list of components on your computer doesn't have any yellow or red marks or any question marks, and then all the components are installed correctly on your computer. Method 3. Upgrade to Windows 11 from Windows 10 using the Installation Assistant. Another way that I wanted to highlight that you can use to upgrade to Windows 11 is to use the Installation Assistant. Since the Media Creation tool no longer offers the option to perform an in-place upgrade, you can use this as another method to switch to the newer version of the operating system. So to start with this process, first you have to go to the official download website for Windows 11, and then under the Windows Installation Assistant section, just click the download button. I have already downloaded the file, so I'm just going to open that location with File Explorer. And as you can see, I have it right here. You only have to right click on the Installation Assistant.exe file and select the Run as Administrator option. Click Yes. And now you can close all the running applications. The Installation Assistant already checked the computer, so it knows it's compatible with the newer version of the operating system. And the only thing that you have to do to upgrade is just to click the Accept and Install button. Now, the assistant is going to download the files and it will proceed with the installation process. After everything is complete, you will have to restart the computer to complete the upgrade process. This can take some time, between 30 and 60 minutes, but it all depends on your internet connection and your hardware configuration. Now, to continue with the upgrade, just click the Restart Now button. And now the computer will complete the upgrade process and then it will reboot into Windows 11. You won't have to complete the out-of-box experience because this is an upgrade and not a clean installation. So all your settings, files, and applications will be preserved. And that's it. Now you have upgraded your computer from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Now let's confirm the version that has been installed when using the Installation Assistant. To do that, let's open Start and let's go to Settings. And then we need to go to System. And then on the About page, we can confirm that we're running version 24H2. Now, it is also a good idea to open Windows Update and make sure to check for updates. You might also want to go to the advanced options and make sure that you don't have like any optional updates available, and that could include drivers and updates for different products for Microsoft. For example, right here, I have an update for the display, so you can check that and just click the download and install button. And as you can see, these were all the missing updates for this particular installation. Another thing that you want to do is to go to Device Manager. And here on Device Manager, you want to make sure that you don't have any components without the appropriate drivers and that you don't have any issues. So if Device Manager looks exactly how it is on this computer without any yellow or red labels, then everything is good. And that's it. Those are 3 ways that Microsoft supports to upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11. It is important that you try to do this before the end of support for Windows 10, which is on October 14, 2025. Let me know in the comments the method that you use and if everything went as expected and you didn't find any issues. Also, like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and I just hope this video was informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing.